This shit.
Why is this not?
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to
Yo,
another episode of Big Z and the OG's podcast. It's your host as always, the three-headed monster, Big Z, Pablo Woody,
that's right.
and Rico Savage. Um, on this Monday night, how y'all feeling today?
I was doing all right. I'd say probably about an 8 out of 10 myself. How about you guys?
Mhm.
I'm alright. I'll say I'm doing a good, solid 7. Bills
Yeah,
came. So,
I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna say I'm a 7.5 today.
That's a good spot to be.
Let me say I'm a 7. But I got something to get off my chest today. We haven't did one of these in a minute. We usually do these weekly. But this right here is for the men. It's for all the women who listening. I'm sorry, but this ain't for you guys. This is for all the young men and the men mine and Pablo ages and the older men that listen to this. I just want to let y'all know that a lot of shit been going on. I know in my personal life and these fellas' life, and I just want to say is that it's okay when you in the confines of your home. It's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to tell your bros, I'm not okay, man. I got some shit going on, and I'm not okay. Like, however you handle your business once you walk outside the door, 'cause I know my motto is I could be crying all night, but as soon as I walk out that door, my shield is up. Like, I don't show that when I'm out in public. I know that's for me personally, but you know. If you got some true soldiers behind your back, whether it's your significant other or your boys you could call family, man, it's okay to take that armor off and say, all right, fellas, I'm not okay, man. Cause I'll tell these dudes as much as I can. I appreciate them, man. The last few months been up and down for me, man. And vice versa for them. It's been up and down for them too. No. Yeah, man. It's okay to be vulnerable, man. Because at the end of the day, as us men, we are only so strong. You know, Kyle's blessed to have an amazing wife. So when he is vulnerable, when he is angry, he has his wife by his side. Rodney got an
That's
amazing girl.
that's not how it works around
That's not
my neck of
how
the
it
woods.
works.
Yeah, I'm built a little differently. I respect what you're saying, but I got a good story to tell about that if you want to hear it.
Go ahead.
So the other day, I go to the liquor store. I go to Total Wine over there in Manchester.
Yeah.
I go in. There's like these 4 dudes, probably early 20s, mid 20s maybe. One of them is crying profusely, eyes puffed out, tears running down the face, the whole gig, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to avoid this. I don't want anything to do with this.
Right.
So I walk over. I'm walking down the whiskey aisle looking for my bottle of Jack Daniels. I go grab my bottle. Now I'm in line waiting to cash out. Now this group of guys is walking around the front of the store, and the guy who's crying goes, I can't walk down the wine aisle. It reminds me of her.
Oh,
And
hell
now,
no.
mind you, again, this is a grown ass man surrounded by like 3 of his friends, and they're all like patting him on the back and like, it's okay, we're gonna get you through it. And one of the guys was like, oh, it's okay, man, just let it out. It's okay to cry. And intrusive thoughts kicked in. Wasn't aware of my surroundings as well as I should have been, and I said out loud, I was like, no, it's not. And they all just kind of like looked at me, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, 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 even though I believe what I said, there was no reason for me to say it out loud.
Right.
And one of the guys, like, he kind of like starts stepping towards me a little bit, and I straight out told him, I was like, listen, dude, if you're a grown man thinking it's okay to cry out in public because your girlfriend broke up with you, and you're gonna step to me, you're gonna learn a very valuable fucking lesson today.
swear to God.
Like,
Yeah, like
like,
like and like I said
I'll
at the
never. but I agree 100% with what you said about when you're around your inner circle, right? Like you're
Yep.
around your people and you got stuff going on. You trust those people, that's fine. But as a man, you go out in public, you've got to maintain yourself a certain way, man.
And that's why I said once I open up my door to go in public, it's ball game. I'm a whole different. I am fucking Sparta up in this bitch.
Yeah, the
You'll
only
never
difference
know
is
what
like
I'm
with
going
what you
through.
said. Like for me, like obviously I love my wife. She's great. I love having her in my corner. She supports me. She's got my back no matter what. But I'm just not an emotional person, and I just don't talk about that kind of stuff. I just keep it pushing, you know.
But yeah,
I
I
I'll,
was,
I'll be
I
the first
was,
one to admit I am not a good I'm not a good representative or even like a supporter really of like the whole men's mental health movement thing. I just don't.
I was 32 years old, and I felt the same way until I realized, nah, man, listen, us men. And we can talk about this deeper in a different episode, but us men goes through way more shit than any other species of fucking known to man. That I mean, a trying man at least. Cause there's some men who don't give a
Yeah, but
fuck. But a trying
that's
man, he goes through war and back. Our
that's what
mental
makes
health
you
is.
that's what makes you a man. There's a reason. Like think about it, man. There's a reason why men can do and deal with the things that they deal with on a daily basis, and there's a reason why women can give childbirth and we can't.
But
Right?
the
Like
reason, but the reason why, but rather if we're man or female, and then that we still have mental health. You know. We still got mental health. And I mean, yeah, you could cope by, I'm not saying you in general, I'm just saying in general. People cope by drinking or fucking how they cope, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, you know, us men, we can't run away from that. Whatever that is, we can't run away from that forever. We gotta face that one day,
yeah,
you
but you got to
know?
be able to keep it in check.
Of course.
I'm and like
It's
that
a
was my
happy
issue with
medium.
the liquor store scenario. My problem in that scenario was is like this guy's having a hard time. His girl broke up with him. Obviously, I don't know the guy. I don't know the story. You know, whatever. But you're out here in public. Oh, I can't walk past the wine aisle. It reminds me of her. Like, bro,
Yeah.
don't fucking say shit to me, bro.
I can't co-sign that. I can't. Hey man, listen, my
And like I said, I
philosophy.
don't want to discredit what the guy's going through. Obviously, the guy was having a hard time, but like, if you're gonna go out in public and act like that, and then try to sketch me because I say something you don't like, you think I'm gonna show you any sign of respect at all?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, you don't got no business acting tough if that's how you was just acting a couple seconds.
And the other thing is like when you do stuff like that, when you go out in public and you're wearing your emotions on your sleeve and stuff like that, you break my cardinal rule in life, which is don't make your problems my problems. I'm sorry you're having a hard time, but by you acting like that around me, you are making your personal problems in your personal life affect me, and I'm not okay with that.
I get that.
No, for sure. For
Like I said,
sure.
I don't want to discredit what the guy was going through. I don't know the story. I don't know him. I don't know the dynamic of his friend group or anything like that. But like again, like the whole situation could have been avoided by me just keeping my fucking fat mouth shut. You know what I mean? I could have just not fucking said anything. But they chose after that to try to make a big deal of it, and that's when like it's just not gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, nah, that situation, you're right. You probably could have said nothing, but at the same time, young pup shouldn't be crying in public for no female. And
Oh,
and
man.
and that's no disrespect to any female in the world. Like, I'm a firm believer that that shit ain't worth it. Like exhorting that much energy into that situation, like I'm still in high school,
And for me,
that
like
ain't it.
it's not even just the fact that the guy was crying over it. It's the fact that he's got three friends around him that are all encouraging it to happen. Like those dudes should be like, bro, we're gonna get fucked up. We're gonna fuck some. Like you should be trying to elevate your boy and get him out of that mindset, that victim like mentality. Instead, like again, go out in the car, smoke a bowl, smoke a blunt, cry it the fuck out in private. Do your fucking thing.
But
Don't bring that shit to work.
these new age cats ain't like that though. We are programmed a lot different than
Bro.
These young cats.
The men are the new women, and the women are the new men.
Like these new cats, these young dudes, man. These young
All this
punks,
shit.
soft, super
But
soft.
these females, super tough.
Yeah,
These females is straight savages out here, man.
yeah. But they savages to a certain point because if you do them like they do you, then they start calling the victim. But that's another story for a different day. I
Bro,
don't
this
want to
running
get.
back for Tampa Bay is tearing that Tampa defense
Yeah,
up.
I really like Sean Tucker, man. Sean Tucker, nice as hell. But
And for my
yeah.
laptop to load up so I could throw the game on.
But yeah, let's get into a couple line. Let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. First things first, you know how I like to always open up the show. I like opening the show with a quick little combat, and we missed a lot of combat within the last month or two.
Oh yeah,
Um, quick question: Are y'all ready? Are y'all prepared for the Tyson Paul fight next week?
such a joke.
That shit about to be like,
Such a joke, dude.
you think it's gonna last all 8 rounds?
I'm not even
I
convinced it's
think
gonna
it.
actually happen.
I think it is. If it actually happened, I think it is for the money. They're not gonna let Jake Paul lose. They're not letting Jake Paul lose to a 60-year old man.
For the
I just
culture
don't
of
see it.
boxing, no, 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 no. For the culture of boxing, you cannot allow Jake Paul to beat Mike Tyson.
What you mean? The culture is somewhat Jake Paul right now. These new boxing heads love Jake Paul. No matter how everybody feel about him, Jake Paul and I ain't gonna like this.
If that was the case, they'd
Jake
have let home beat
Jake
Floyd.
Paul is the modern day Conor McGregor.
Oh my god, that is that's Rodney couldn't even say some shit that fucking hot. No offense, Rodney. I'm sorry you had to catch a stray there, but
The
That's
modern
wild.
day
that
I ain't
is
gonna
that
lie.
is, bro. I
Something.
almost turned my phone off after you said that sentence.
That's something. That's something right
You know
there.
Conor McGregor can actually fight, right?
Jake Paul can fight a little
You
bit
know,
too.
Conor
What do you
McGregor.
mean? What do you mean Jake Paul can fight? He fought one actual boxer and lost.
Hey man, but what I saw, he could
Was it
fight a
Jake
little
or
bit.
Logan that fought
Dude,
Floyd? That was Logan,
listen. The last time I see Conor McGregor fight, he snapped his shit in 5,000 pieces. Alright.
You put Jake
right?
Paul in the
Man,
ring with Floyd Mayweather, you think he does what Conor did?
he gonna end up like his brother.
Yeah,
Put
I think he'll keep over Floyd.
What? Floyd gonna knock him out and hold him up so he finished the fight like he did Logan.
I would say like
Man,
y'all
Jake,
remember that like
Jake will
McGregor may
whoop
have
Logan.
gotten
Yo, but
TKO'd
Jake
in
will
that
whoop
fight, but
Logan
McGregor
though.
fought hard.
Jake will whoop Logan, and I'll put life savings on that. He will whoop Logan.
I don't
Who?
disagree. That's why Logan went to the WWE.
Jake will whoop his brother Logan.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, but like that's like me saying I could beat up a fifth grader.
But the original, you say y'all brought up the Mayweather fight, right? I'm
I don't think
thinking,
he do. I don't think he. I don't think.
I think Jake will hold better in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, 50-year-old Mayweather, than Logan would.
Oh, I'm talking about Conor. Jake's not going to be able to do what Conor did against Mayweather.
No. That's why I'm
Bro,
like
the
Jake.
Conor fight didn't last 7 rounds.
But Conor was actually putting up a
Conor was
fight.
fighting the fuck out of Mayweather.
So you
It's
telling
not.
me Jake can go out there and just throw punches like Conor was?
Nope.
Hell
I,
no.
I agree to disagree.
I think no. Hell
If
no.
Floyd,
If homie got hands, where were those hands against
realistically,
Tommy Fury?
if Floyd wanted to, he could have knocked Conor out in 3 rounds if he wanted to. He was playing with him.
No, he wasn't. Watch the fight again. He was not playing with him. He thoroughly respected Conor's power.
He was playing with him. He was playing with him for the
I ain't
money,
gonna
man.
lie. The thing is, I don't think he really like he took the fight serious when he was in the ring, but prior to the fight, like training for the fight, he ain't take it serious.
Well, he played with him in the first 2 rounds, but remember in round 3, Conor started tagging him, and then he had to be like, "Oh shit, like I'm actually in a fight." Because, like, he thought going into it that he was just going to be able to hang back, duck, move, bang, bang, bang. Conor wasn't going to touch him. And that third round, Conor started tagging him
But
over
let's
and
be
over again.
realistic, and then we can talk about this UFC card, right? Imagine if Floyd took that fight as if he was fighting Manny Pacquiao, and he trained 1,000% like it's a Pacquiao fight
Like
against a
225.
prize fight. How long do we realistically think that fight's gonna last?
Maybe 3.
Just about as long as it did.
That's what I'm saying. About three photos.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But
So
you think Jake Paul could keep up with Manny Pacquiao? Let
right
alone
now,
Floyd
wait,
Mayweather?
wait. Do I think Jake can keep up with Pacquiao?
Yeah. I don't think he can keep up with Floyd or Pacquiao. Not even close.
Pacquiao is more washed right now than Floyd is. So yes,
Well, Pacquiao's also running a whole fucking country.
Yeah.
yes, and therefore that's why he's washed.
I'll take Pacquiao that backed out of that fight with Spence. What was his last fight?
Ugas and
God,
Ugas bit him in.
terrible.
But yeah, let's do a quick review of this 308 fight. I actually forgot about it, and when I went to go watch it, it was already over.
Yep.
But
It was an early card because they fight in Dubai, so it's mid-afternoon.
what's your quick review of that?
Ilya Taporia might be the real deal, man. I know I talked a lot of shit, not a lot of shit about him, but like I didn't quite believe the hype after the Volkanovski fight. But to go out there and do what he did against a guy like Max Holloway, I don't know, man. Taporia might be he might be that guy.
Was it a good fight?
Oh, it was a great fight. And Taporia looked calm, cool, collected the whole time. And Holloway was landing shots. And Taporia just stayed in there, hung him in there, and ended up knocking him out. And like to knock out a guy like Holloway, man. I mean, you're talking about Gaethje couldn't do it, Poirier couldn't do it. So I
How
tip my hat to Taporia.
how do you feel about Robert Whitaker? Because I see everybody sad for him.
Oh. The I expected him to lose the fight, but with the injury that he sustained in the fight, we probably won't ever see him again.
What was the injury?
During the neck crank, his jaw got displaced and he didn't get his teeth knocked out. His teeth literally, his bottom four teeth, that part of the jaw snapped and went inward.
Holy shit.
You didn't see the pictures of it?
Mm-mm. Nah,
Oh, I'm going to put it in the group chat right now.
I bet. Holy shit. That's crazy. So you think he's done?
Yeah, I mean, the recovery for that, on top of the fact that, like, his jaw will always, always, always be tainted now. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for him to come back.
Now we about to put a quick rage radar real quick because the meter gonna go up because after this next question. So y'all guys ready for John Jones this month?
Oh man. Ooh.
So
Ooh.
here's an interesting thing about that fight, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
John
he
Jones
hurt.
versus Stipe Miocic. Okay,
Yep.
the backup fighter for that fight, if one of those fighters pulls out or can't fight, the backup fighter for that is Tom Aspinall. So
Oh shit.
Stipe could pull some fuck shit and just pull out of the fight on fight night, and John Jones would have to fight Aspinall because if John Jones pulls out after, then we all know that John Jones has been ducking him.
Mm.
Oh
Somebody
shit.
call Stipe, tell him call in sick that day.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Dana White calls him and he's like, "Yo, I'll cut you a $5 million check right now to pull out."
Yeah. Somebody gotta call him.
But I'll tell
Hey
Somebody
you what, if
man.
that 309 card, I mean, it's at Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be a big fight. It's gonna be a big day for the UFC. But
Quick
if
quick
Miocic
wait,
backs out,
quick tidbit. I just want to tell all my young fellas who's listening to this, you heard how Pablo said pull out? Make sure you fucking pull out at all times, okay?
Nah, fuck that. Use an alias and don't call her back. Be king. Fuck that shit. Stay toxic.
Yo, pull out, man. But anyway, back to
Uh,
scheduled programming.
yeah, dude. If
So
Stipe backs out of that fight, John Jones gonna have to fight Aspinall.
Man, look, this is Rico from the Big Z and the OGs podcast. Dana White, make sure you do that, man. Make the right move.
Make it
that's
happen.
that's box office.
And like I said, if John Jones if Stipe backs out for any reason or can't fight or whatever, John Jones has to fight Aspinall. Because if he decides that he's not going to fight Aspinall, first off, he vacates the belt immediately, and second off, then even though we all know it, it will be 100% confirmed that John Jones has been ducking Aspinall this whole time.
So basically, you want him to do a
Ben
Rico
fought him
Dotto.
though.
Yeah.
You said what?
Fair enough.
Nah.
Now,
Sick.
do
Uh-huh.
Let
that
somebody else do
tarnish
it.
John Jones' legacy if that were to happen, right? And the second that happens and the fight is next and he drops out, and do that tarnish his legacy a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, not even a little bit. That tarnishes his legacy a lot.
Oh yeah. Like that changes the way everybody's about to look at you, bro. That's about to
It
make
doesn't matter
everybody
how
question
good,
your whole
and that goes
career.
for boxing. It goes for any it could be, you could be talking about power slap for all I care. If you're considered the best fighter of all time, or you're in that conversation and you're at the level that John Jones is, I don't care about his age. I don't care about anything, because he's still out there fighting, which means he's still capable to do it. If you, if
LeBron
you
James.
don't take that fight, nobody will, like, it'll always be, yeah, but he wouldn't fight Aspinall.
The
Okay.
LeBron James of UFC.
Exactly. John
I
Jones
didn't
wants to
even
go
know
out
that
there.
stipulation.
John
That's
Jones wants to go
that's
out there and fight a
interesting.
45-year-old guy who's been knocked out 3 of his last 4 fights and hasn't fought in 4 years, instead of fighting the guy who should truly be the champion. Because I don't care if you like John Jones, if you're the biggest UFC fan in the world, you can know every name of every fighter on the UFC roster. For John Jones can beat Tom Aspinall, you're smoking fucking dust.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest. Anything could happen.
And I get that. It's a fight game.
I'm not
Anything can
saying.
happen. You can get lucky. But I'm just saying, if you look at the tail of the tape just on paper, there is zero way John Jones
They
beats
need to get
Aspinall.
that man. They need to get that man the title. But to be
Yeah.
honest, if you're John Jones in this and you're put in this situation, it's like you could have just been took this fight. You done did all this ducking and running all these
But
years.
John Jones
Well, no,
don't want to
what
fight. That's the
the
problem.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, the UFC screwed that whole thing up, because when John Jones got injured, they should have vacated the belt. Aspinall's last fight should have been for the undisputed heavyweight championship. They fucked up by letting John Jones hold the belt.
Cause ain't he
And
holding?
Jones already said that this is his last fight. So
Mm,
even if Jones wins this fight, either guy, whether it's Miocic or Jones, whoever wins this fight is
this
going to be the
motherfucker
undisputed heavyweight
Worthy is
champion,
nice.
D Hop is
and they're going to vacate the belt.
Worthy and D Hop is nice.
D
Yeah,
Hop
it's
is
a lethal combination.
D Hop is him. Perfect fit.
Oh my God. D Hop
Should be,
is, oh my
should
God.
be in Dallas, man. But damn.
No, Cooper Rush's bitch ass out there.
He catch everything.
Mm,
He catch
that's
everything.
interesting. Yeah, man. You know what? Fuck that. You know. I third you guys. Hey, Dana White, you listening to us, man? Make that shit happen. They said 5 million. Give that man enough money so he don't even think about fighting again. Give him like 10, 15 mil. And be like, listen,
Homie was
let's
triple covered and still made that catch.
let's
That's crazy.
call John Jones' bluff,
That was big defense.
and you step out. And let's see what John Jones do. That's box office, man. We gonna really see if John Jones the GOAT.
Well, my thing is that if you really think about it, John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, that's the real legacy fight. The
Mm-hmm.
old guy who's been on top for so long fighting the guy who is Tom Aspinall is the next big thing. And for all intents and purposes, he should be the undisputed champion. And the fact that he isn't because John Jones is holding on to it, those two step in the cage together. Aspinall doesn't care that it's John Jones. He doesn't care about the legacy. He doesn't care about, there is no respect when that cage closes. Tom Aspinall will do everything he can to absolutely obliterate John Jones. Aspinall's bigger, stronger, faster. Like John Jones he's got the reach, right? Like he is John Jones. He's still a phenomenal fighter. I wouldn't want to fight him, but I definitely, sure as fuck wouldn't want to fight Tom Aspinall.
Man, give me a couple mil. I'll fight John
Big
Jones
D
right
Hop,
now.
Big D Hop.
Come on, man. He's a
Okay.
beast.
I'll
So
fight
yeah,
John Jones at heavyweight. I'm not fighting him at light heavyweight.
308 on the way. But let's transition to
Man,
the
250.
next.
He gotta get to 250. Let's get it.
Let's transition to the next.
Third day no more.
Um, for this next segment, we gotta bring it back for the one time. We're gonna do a quick little snake draft. Last time we did Call of Duty. This time we're gonna do sports games in general. We all gonna pick our 3 favorite sports games in general.
I don't
And
even think I know that many sports games.
I don't remember. Okay. We switch it up then. We'll switch it up then.
I was about to say, because my shit
Let's
coming.
let's switch it up then. You know what? Let's jump into Kyle's neck
Because
of the
the
woods.
last snake draft we did was guns from Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do Xbox games.
Oh, fuck it.
Let's
All right,
do
I ain't
our
gone
top
first in a
8.
while. Let me go first.
All right.
Gears of War.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay. Any particular game or just the series alone?
I mean, the way that the drafts usually work, it's just the series.
Okay. I'll go second.
Mm.
With my first pick, I said second. With my first pick, I'm gonna go Forza.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
Forza.
that's cool.
Does that include Forza, like Horizon?
Uh,
Where's it, right?
no, but those are like two different games.
You have Forza Motorsport and Forza
Yeah,
Horizon.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna add just the franchise as a whole. Yeah,
The franchise as a
for right.
whole? Okay, yeah,
Yep,
that's
franchise. Yeah,
yeah.
fair.
yep.
That's it. Yeah. Damn. I'll go. Damn. But they gotta be straight Xbox. Damn.
Yeah, what makes it hard is that there
Assassin's
aren't very
Creed.
many Xbox exclusive games that are popular. There's a lot of
So,
indie games
so
that are
how
Xbox
about this?
exclusive.
Let's broaden up the spectrum, right? Xbox game, it can be a game that's in the Game Pass right now.
Game Pass game. I'll say Xenoverse. No.
Too late, I already said it. Clock's already ran out. Xenoverse it is. I mean, you pick again right now anyway, so.
Yeah, you pick again.
Say Xenoverse and I ain't gonna lie. Assassin's Creed an Xbox game?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think Assassin's Creed.
All right. My second game, this is a throwback, but I'm gonna go WrestleMania 21.
It's a
Mm.
good one. That's a good one. That's actually a really good one. That's a great fucking game. But I got so in the first round I took Gears of War,
Mm-hmm.
and now in the second round I'm gonna take Halo, and then since I
Okay.
pick again, I'm gonna take Black Ops 6. You said on the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
So I got
Hmm.
Gears, Halo, and Call of Duty.
Okay. So what I got? I got Forza,
And WrestleMania.
got WrestleMania. And for my last pick, I'm gonna go. He took Call of Duty, so I can't say BO2.
Well, no,
Hmm.
I took Black Ops. So you
Oh,
could still call a Call of Duty game like
okay.
Modern Warfare or anything like that. But Black Ops is off the table because Black Ops is the franchise.
Yeah. So for my last Xbox game, damn, it gets tricky right here. Um,
Damn, God damn it.
it gets tricky. I'm gonna just go off I'm gonna just go off the top. I'm gonna go off the top. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go NCAA football.
Okay.
Yeah. You going football? I'm going football too, cause I'm going Madden. What you talking about? Swear to God, it was either gonna be Madden or 2K.
I do. I want to point something out now that we got the list all done, though.
What's
Um,
up?
all three of us are a bunch of scrubs.
Hmm.
What happened?
There's two games we talked about earlier that nobody picked: Army of Two and Far Cry.
Hey yo, those
Yeah.
on the Game Pass though. Well, Army of Two.
But Army
Far
2
Cry,
was an Xbox exclusive though.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
and Far Cry
Yeah.
5 is on the Game Pass.
Yep.
it is.
But I didn't think of Army of Two because y'all said the second game is trash. So
No, the second game is mid.
It was decent, but
Not trash. It's mid.
it wasn't nothing compared to the first one.
okay,
You ain't
yeah,
even really
we
had
are
no
some
The best thing
scrubs.
about the second one is that the second one is decision based. So there's like five different endings to the game depending on certain decisions you make throughout the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are some scrubs for that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Loki, I want to play that game, man. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
respect it though because that means that all three of us get to play Army of Two.
Yep, yep.
I ain't gonna lie.
And we
Tampa
get to
Bay.
play Far Cry because Far Cry is on my Mount Rushmore, and I love me some Far Cry 3. Like,
It's my favorite game franchise there is.
but I know we probably talked about it on the pod, but I want to talk about it again. Let's talk about Far Cry 6 real quick, like just
Oh,
very briefly.
such a
Like,
hater.
to you, it's a great game. How? Talk to me.
So the game was designed to be played co-op. So like if you play when you play solo, there's a lot of the features like calling in friends and having like backup people with you and like there's aspects to it that you don't quite get to fully use unless you're playing it co-op.
But does it feel like a typical Far Cry game to you?
It
Like
feels oh yeah, no,
with
it's
Guapo and the fucking jetpacks that shoot fucking fireworks and shit
yeah,
like that.
do you not remember Blood Dragon?
I didn't play Blood Dragon.
I mean it's technically just it's not its own game, it's a DLC of Far Cry
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, don't forget, like Far Cry 3 is one of the greatest games of all time. But remember, it started off as if you get kidnapped on an island, then it turns into the magical tattoos and all sorts of other shit. That's a very Far Cry-esque thing to happen. And the story in Far Cry 6 is phenomenal.
I ain't gonna.
I
Phenomenal.
didn't finish it. I
Far Cry 5 was
didn't
good.
finish it.
Far Cry 4, I ain't fuck with.
Yeah, Far Cry
Far
4 is,
Cry Primal,
yeah.
Far Cry Primal.
Wait, how do you like Far Cry Primal but not 4?
It's I don't.
Now, Primal's goated because it's one of the very few games that you can play in an all-out combat scenario, and there's no guns. It's
Yeah,
all like that's what makes it badass is you're literally spears, bow and arrow, and clubs. Like you're riding around on a saber-toothed tiger taking down woolly
yeah.
mammoths. Like that's fucking awesome.
Oh God.
Okay,
The amount of
okay.
clips that I have saved in
Have a fast.
my fucking recorded clips of me hitting nasty because they have the double arrow bow, bro. The amount of nasty shots I've hit with that thing is just
I had,
Primal's fucking phenomenal, dude. That game is so good.
bro, I done tamed the motherfucking alligator. I tamed the motherfucking what you call a mountain lion,
Oh
a
yeah.
Black Panther, the saber-toothed tiger. But
And
that
then
shit
they
is
have
mad fun.
Scar or the scarred saber-tooth tiger, the special
Yeah,
kill.
yeah,
That thing runs like 100 miles an hour and just one shots anything you hit it with.
yeah. I had a hawk too. That little hawk.
Yep.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
That
I'm
shit.
about to give Primal a chance. But quick segue. I just want to talk about the ending of this baseball season. The Yankees just folded, man.
15 years for that.
Yankees straight folded between pitching, between Aaron Judge. They
Oh, I
just
loved it.
folded, man.
I loved
Like,
it.
There wasn't even
I,
no point in them getting there.
It
it
wasn't even
legit
close
was
too.
no point in them getting
Wasn't
there. It
wasn't
was
even
legit
wasn't
no
even
point.
close. It wasn't competitive at all. Like, all right, they won one game, but like,
First game they lost by a grand slam. The second game they got slaughtered. Third game they won.
To be honest, they only won that third game because LA wanted to finish them at
And
home.
and and the very last in the Larry, no, they beat them in New York.
Oh, it's not like oh, never mind. I thought that.
Game five was in New York, and they was beating them, and then they gave up the lead. Terrible,
yeah,
but
in the World Series you get two, you get back to back, and then it's every other up to Game 7.
so it was like, but Freddie
Oh, so
Freeman,
you
man,
got him
Freddie
for
Freeman is
damn.
Did you guys see
he.
too? He played with a torn. He's got like a ligament in his rib cage that
Mm-hmm.
was torn.
Mm-hmm. He hit a home run. What was it? 6 consecutive games or something like that.
Yeah,
Some
in
crazy
six
streak.
consecutive World Series games that he's played in. Yeah,
That's that's amazing.
because
Freaking
don't forget he was on the Braves when the Braves won.
Hey
hmm
yo,
And Otani was playing with a separated shoulder. Like, and the Yankees, I don't know.
Mookie
Uh,
Betts out there balling.
Mookie
yeah,
Betts.
man. The Yankees did all that
Juan Soto was balling.
for nothing. For nothing. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Um,
You guys see the funny shit about the rivalry between like Massachusetts and New York?
mm-mm.
The Dodgers flew home from Yankee
Oh yeah,
Stadium when the
with the
Patriots playing.
Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
with the Patriots. Man, that's funny as hell.
No championships for New York. Yep.
Um, yeah, but yeesh. Do y'all think Soto stays, or you think he go to LA?
I think with Cole taking that contract back, I don't know if he's going to go to LA, but he's going somewhere else.
He might fuck around, go to the Mets.
No, no, no. He's going to go. He's going to go. I think at least he's going to end up going to Kansas City
yeah. Hmm?
You think so?
for the Royals. Yeah,
Yeah, the Royals got a decent squad though.
they were one bomber away from beating the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Wait, you
He
Royals
ain't
said the
coming to
Royals?
Boston,
No,
that's for
the
sure.
the, the Royals lost to the Yankees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were a bomber away from losing, like from beating the Yankees.
Yeah, yeah.
All I know is he ain't coming to Boston. That's all I know.
I don't think too many people going to Boston, my bro.
it's all
It's
good.
looking wicked over
Everybody,
there.
everybody here in
Quick,
Massachusetts.
quick basketball review. What's your take on the first week or two of basketball, Rob?
I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bit what I expected, but it's a little bit exciting.
The Bucks is trash.
Basura. And I
How
don't
about
blame
the
them for it.
Warriors?
The Warriors, they playing better than I expected them to play.
That boy Buddy Hill can't miss.
Buddy Hield is exactly what Klay Thompson was supposed to be right now.
Yeah. Smoking
Hey,
Philly
Clay
and
Thompson down there in Dallas balling.
he doing okay. But he should have did that last year
Yeah,
though.
but he's not doing what Buddy Hield is doing right now.
Buddy Hill
No, no, no.
dropping 30. Buddy Hill dropping
Buddy
27.
Hield averaged
Yeah,
26.
Buddy Hill's on a different level right now.
Oh,
Philly,
shooting 40-something% from three.
Phillies is looking horrible without Embiid. And Embiid out there freaking beating up reporters and whatnot,
Man,
wilding.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest, Philly, they might as well just try to get rid of Embiid and just get what they can for that man, bro. Cause they got a
Yep.
good core. Cause, bro, that team they have outside of Embiid is not bad. Tyrese Maxey is a dog. Uh, 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 what's his name? Kelly Oubre, he been balling. They've been balling a little bit,
This is
but
my take on the NBA. I think it's about to be a new shift in the guard. All the premier teams, that goes for Denver, that goes for Milwaukee, that goes for Philly, that goes for Phoenix, that goes for uh LA. All these other teams is about to replace them. Brooklyn Nets, the Rockets, the Kings, the Warriors, the Magics, all these up and coming teams is about to surpass all these teams that has been dominating basketball for the last 10 years.
look at Denver right now, bro. Trash.
Oh yeah, no, that's a
Horrible.
whole other yeah.
The Clippers, terrible.
I ain't
The
gonna lie.
Suns got
I
no
ain't gonna
bench
lie.
at all.
I ain't gonna
Like
lie.
Yeah, but
none.
then you got teams like the Cavs that are out there fucking
Yeah,
just
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, who'd have
handling
thought
business.
Darius Garland would remember how to play
All it took is
basketball?
all it took was a coach. All it took was a coach. They got a competent coach, and now these dudes is balling. This dude Mahomes is just launching, and he just dropped the damn ball. Mm, mm,
You got
mm.
OKC out there too.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's what like I don't. To me, this gonna be some hater shit, and I know it is. But y'all know me, I take the haterade all day. Denver is that bad because of Russell Westbrook. He went on that team and fucked everything up. Fucked everything up. You can't.
I don't know.
He goes up in there shooting
All
two
my
for
attention is
18,
just on how bad
shoot,
the Bucks are, man. Like,
shooting air balls. And with Milwaukee, what the problem with Milwaukee is, Giannis want to leave, and we might have to start having to have a real conversation about Dame. I know he dropped 40 the other day, but we might have a conversation as with Carmelo, like Carmelo Anthony. Can you win with Damian Lillard?
It's not. You,
Kelsey fumbled it.
if you could win with Dame, bro. Like
Yeah, he sure did.
in Portland, he had a chance to win, but I'm gonna be honest. In 2019, if they ain't start taking all them injuries to Yusuf Nurkic and his cancer when they ain't have no big man, bro, they definitely had a chance to beat the Warriors, bro, and go to the finals. They'd have beat Toronto in the finals. That team, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum was acting crazy. Rodney Hood, Seth Curry off the bench was going crazy, bro.
Yeah, they were doing their thing, that's for sure.
And then they had two top 10 centers in the NBA at the time, bro, and Enes Kanter and Yusuf Nurkic, bro.
So
That was a
why? So
dominant
why?
team.
So why can't Giannis and Lillard gel? It's going on season 2 right now.
Man, look at who they coaches is right now, bro.
And that's very true.
Look at every team that those two coaches coach, bro. You like for first and foremost, it was no reason why. What was that coach name when they won the championship? Uh, what's his name?
Budenholzer.
Yeah, it was no reason why they fired him, and that's the problem with the NBA now and the NFL. They be firing coaches right after they win, or right after they start. They don't even give them a chance to do nothing. They put them in a fucked up position and expect them to take off right there.
Well, especially in the NFL, man. I hate when you see a coach get fired after the first year. Like,
Like, come on, I ain't even finished the season yet.
I wish they would do
especially when you
that
get
to
a
Mike
coach that
McCarthy, man.
like a coach comes in with like they drafted a quarterback in the first round, and then the new coach comes in and they have a bad year and they're like, well, we need a new coach. I'm like, bro, y'all didn't give him anything. Like, I remember we talked about on the pod. Who was it? Was it was last year or
What's the last year?
oh, it was Denver. They went out, made the trade, gave Russell Wilson all that money, and then hired the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't be making moves like that before you have a head coach. Because, like, there was
Mm-hmm.
nothing that Peyton could have done. Now, again, like, that was a whole shit show of a situation, but, like, Peyton didn't really have much say as to what was going to happen last year. Now, look at him this year. They look pretty decent. Bo Nix is out there doing his thing.
They got fucking wrenched yesterday though.
I mean, it happens.
But
I
yeah,
can't
man.
talk. There's only one team in the league that I can talk shit about. So
But yeah, man, I just think it's a new changing in the guard, man. All these young teams are starting to ball out. Orlando, balling out a little bit. Brooklyn, balling out a little bit.
Hey, man.
Cleveland, starting to find
Hey,
a way.
man, I think DeJounte Murray
it's
might
under,
have been a problem in Atlanta because Trey Young balling over there. Atlanta is
Trey Young, balling. Homeboy, what's the power forward? Jalen Johnson,
yeah.
balling.
I ain't even gonna lie. Jalen Suggs making us eat our words, bro. Jalen Suggs been
Jalen
balling.
Suggs. I'm glad I got him on my fantasy lineup.
Yo,
Balling.
balling. I forgot to make my fantasy shit. I'm about to join some shit later.
Ball, Buddy Hill, balling.
Even Colin Sexton,
Yeah, man. It's just
Tyrese Maxey, James Harden is balling right now, bro.
it's a
Harden
it's
is
a
balling.
changing of the guard, man. It's a changing of the guard. It's right now. Right now, what it is Boston
Sacramento.
Celtics and everybody else is catching up.
Yeah,
Basically, that's just what it is. It's a race to Boston Celtics, and I think there's kinks. I think there's ways you can beat Boston, and they showed it the other day when they first lost.
I still think Boston's the best team in the league, though.
not every night they're gonna hit fucking 28 threes. You just gotta hope it's one of those nights. You gotta force them to shoot twos, and and hope for the best. That's what it is with Boston. You just gotta make them shoot twos and hope for the best.
swear. Y'all, what the thing with Boston, you got to be able to outscore Boston, man. And the problem with trying to outscore Boston is Boston play elite defense.
And another team don't sleep on Detroit. I know they done gave up leads and shit. They
Yeah,
done given up. They've been
Cunningham
giving
is
up
a
leads,
beast,
but shit, don't forget about Memphis. Memphis is straight. Don't
man.
forget about the Pelicans. I know you don't like my boy, but Zion out there balling.
Zion, nigga, Brandon Ingram is
Yeah,
balling.
what happened with Ingram in the offseason? Like the dude just came out and was just like, oh, just in case y'all forgot, I actually know how
What
to play
happened was
basketball.
he felt some type of way. He didn't get selected for the Olympic team. That's what it is. He felt some
What
type of way.
happened was, and Simmons was popping his shit in the off season, talking about he had fucked his BM and whatnot.
No,
You know
see,
what?
you
I
read
see
it too
you on
much in that because them two is cool.
Nah.
Them two is cool. They even said it. They cool. It's a
nah.
coincidence he shot over him. I think the public making that bigger than what it is. You feel me? They all share the same woman in that league. You know that.
For the God.
But yeah, man, I just think it should be an okay. I think I'm more excited about this season than I thought I was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be another season, and plus with my team being ass, it just helps me cope a little bit more watching a little bit of basketball. But
God
yeah,
damn.
man, let's get into this football talk. A little bit of college football talk. Ohio State made me eat my words, which is cool. It happens. Penn State. I don't know what it is. Penn State, when it comes to a James John Franklin led team, they just can't win the big game. Like, and Ohio State was doing everything to lose the game. Ohio State did everything to lose the game.
Except for lose the game.
Facts. And I
Yeah,
gotta
I
respect those
woke up
facts.
that morning. I woke up, went used the bathroom, opened up my phone, opened up Facebook, and I saw Penn State money line
Money
book it,
line, yep.
and I was
Book
like,
it.
careful.
Hey man, I won one because 2 weeks ago I said Oregon money line book it, and they booked it for me. Hey, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Um, what's your as you being a Buckeye fan? What is your opinion on that game?
Started rough for sure. I think Ryan Day has a really weird way of getting that team ready for games. I feel like that team always starts off super slow, and then they come out and light it up. Penn State did a really good job. They shut Smith down for most of the game. Um, it was a good game. I mean, like you said, I mean Ohio State made a lot of mistakes, and Penn State just couldn't capitalize on it. It was a good game. I really, obviously, I very much enjoyed the win. I was, if they would have lost, that would have been it. So that was good. I needed that.
What's what's y'all opinion on the Georgia Bulldogs?
I think they not it, man.
I think,
I feel like the Georgia Bulldogs is one of them teams that's going to be high ranked, but is they're going to be one of the teams that get upset.
I
That's
don't
what
know, man.
they're going to get
They
upset.
so wishy washy.
Like
It's like
I
they only
feel,
want to play in the fourth quarter. And Carson Beck is one of the worst QBs in the nation. I'm convinced.
that's
I'm
why
convinced.
I'm saying I feel like they're going to end up being an early exit. Like if they end up matching up with a team like Colorado, I wouldn't be surprised if Colorado upset them.
No way. That's why. That's
Colorado,
another thing I want to talk about real quick. But yeah, we'll get to that. But what's your opinion on the Bulldogs, Pablo?
Ah, dude, I think you gotta take the loss, right? They took the L. It is what it is. But like that team is still not to be fucking trifled with, man. And like that's a team that like if you they like that Georgia team is a pure example of if you make a mistake, you're in trouble. If you go out there and they score back to back, if they get a two possession lead on you or they start building momentum and you can't get a stop, that you cannot stop them. Even with Carson Beck playing like shit, you just cannot stop them. Their defense is solid, their run game is solid.
Defense is crazy. My
Like,
opinion is this, right? This the same team that struggled against Kentucky and Florida, but this the same team that mopped Texas like it was fucking like they was Appalachian State or some shit. Like I just don't. My thing with Georgia, I don't think they come prepared every week the same way, which is crazy because Kirby Smart is your coach. But I feel like when they see a Florida on the schedule, they don't play as hard when they see a Alabama or a Texas or something like that. And that might come to bite them in the ass in the playoffs. But I think they're still solid just for the simple fact that their defense is still superb. Like that defense is fucking amazing. That defense has probably got another 5 players going first round, second round in next year's draft. Like amazing. But do I feel as if they are a threat? Yes. Do I think they could win the Natty? I don't know. I don't know if they could win the Natty.
I
So
think they
now,
can.
I don't.
um, Ashton Genty, another buck 30, phenomenal. Dude's phenomenal. Clemson got fucking wrecked. Texas A&M fucking lost. Yo, I swear, every week there's at least one upset. Every week, it's crazy.
But
Other
your boy there from Syracuse, man,
your
Syracuse.
boy Kyle McCord is
ass,
trash.
absolute trash.
Fine.
Boy, that boy, he wakes up and throw 4 picks. He wakes up and throw 4 picks. What's y'all? Not one more question. Actually, 2 more questions. Number one, what is y'all opinion on the Miami Hurricanes?
They're not that good of a football team. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're good, but they're not that good.
Honestly, dude, when you watch a Miami game, Miami is the best and worst team in college football.
Hmm
They don't got no defense. That offense is
hmm
phenomenal, but that defense.
Restrepo is
That offense has to put up at
Restrepo.
least
I don't
15
know where the
points.
fuck he came from. That motherfucker's a dog.
But
Yeah,
I don't know. Cam Ward, man, he just happens to find a way.
yeah, man. I don't think that flies in the college football playoffs though.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I'm saying, bro, it's
No.
gonna look. This Miami's gonna be the Washington of this season.
if Colorado will make a playoff, to make the playoffs, do they win the game? How far do they go?
I think
I
they
could
go
win a
all the
game.
way. Depending on who they match up with, I say they might be able to win too.
If they're the 10th seed, can they win a game?
If they the 10th seed,
Yes.
So, assuming they make the playoff,
so what
according to
team?
ESPN, the three teams that they could possibly, so they got Texas Tech, Utah, and Kansas coming up. Um,
Those are all winnable games.
yeah, I mean,
For sure.
Nah, hell yeah.
I think any of the top 10 teams go smoke them. I think like if you look at a team like Georgia's gonna steamroll fucking Colorado. I can't believe you guys
I
like
can't
said that.
see
Like
me.
Georgia's gonna steamroll
I
Colorado.
can't like
Here's
how
my
I
thing.
said. Look, hear me. You can't. You can't. If you playing Colorado, you can't be a team that's only gonna play one quarter or two quarters. Colorado, despite everybody might think they not that good of a team, they dominate in the Big 12, whatever. Da da da.
The Big 12
That
is
team
trash.
is
If the
talented,
Colorado makes the
regardless.
playoff, they're not winning the game.
They'll win a game. They could win a game.
That Georgia defense is gonna sack Shador 12 times.
All right, let's just go down the ring. Can they beat Oregon?
No,
Can they beat Ohio State?
no,
Can they
Uh,
beat Texas?
nah.
no,
Who's number 4? Georgia? Can they beat Georgia?
no.
If
I'm
Georgia
going.
can't,
I'm bringing up
can't
the rankings right now. All right, number 1 is Oregon. No. Georgia? No, we already said. Ohio State? No, we said. Number 4, Miami, Florida. Can they beat the Hurricanes?
Yes,
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know. Texas, we said no. Number 6, they might be able to beat them depending. Can they beat Penn State?
yeah,
yes,
Um, can they beat Tennessee?
no,
yeah.
Can
I
they
think it'll be Tennessee.
can they beat Indiana?
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Can they beat BYU?
yeah,
Uh, I want to lean yes, but it's not gonna be easy.
Can they beat Notre Dame?
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
And let's just say for this fuck of it, because they number 11. Can they beat Alabama?
yeah.
No,
They fucking around smoke Alabama.
nah.
Ronnie, way high on Colorado.
Bro. It's just Bama not it right now.
But I know Colorado ain't it neither though. Like, can
Colorado.
somebody
Well, the
tell me?
problem, the
Like,
problem,
Look,
the
hear me
problem
out.
with
Hear me
that
out. Hear me
Bama
out. Hold
Colorado
on.
matchup is though is
Look,
that like while Bama has been like they've been hot and cold, they've kind of struggled a little bit, and
look.
Colorado kind of still trying to figure everything out. The one thing that Colorado sucks at just so happens to be the one thing that Alabama can do. So like I don't think I don't think it would be a shootout. I think it would be a low scoring game. I don't know if Milroe's gonna put up 40 on them, but I don't think that Colorado's gonna be able to move the ball enough to
Man.
get there.
Like,
oh,
I'm not
see.
saying Colorado is that good of a team, but compared to a lot of these teams, Colorado could beat a lot of these teams.
Hey man, I don't know.
I mean, a
Hey,
significant improvement from last year,
for
right? Like
sure,
they're a much better team than last year.
for
So
sure.
that's what I'm saying. They could definitely win a playoff game. Possibly two, depending who they match up with. We already
They could
Out
seen.
of
win the
out,
first one and win the second one because the second one happens off of a crazy upset. But
out
like
of
they're not
out
beating
of
a top five school.
out of
Uh,
that top 12 list, the only teams I could see Colorado possibly beating is maybe Miami because they just play so free for all sometimes, and anything can happen, and maybe Penn State. But the rest of the teams, I don't know they can beat. Tennessee, if Tennessee playing like how Tennessee plays, they dropping 50 on Colorado, which means
Oh, yeah.
Colorado will have to drop 60 in order to win.
And that's not going to happen.
Notre Dame got a hell of a defense and a powerful one game. They're
But
not beating
no
Well, okay. So the only
BYU.
thing about,
football
Notre
players.
Dame is like they have a really good defense front. Their secondary suspect as fuck.
Yeah.
So if Shador has time between Horn and Hunter, they could stretch the field on him, but they're not running the ball on him.
Same thing. BYU. They could beat BYU. They could beat Indiana.
Indiana, I'm a believer in Indiana. Two teams I'm believers in, Army and Indiana. Army ain't making the playoffs, but I believe in them motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers are the real deal, man.
Yeah, they came out there and won with a backup quarterback on like a 2 hour notice.
That running back is nasty.
Oh yeah,
Johnson,
that kid's
he's
nasty.
nasty. Um, y'all top five teams right now, real quick before we go into the pros. I'll go first. Number one to me, Ohio State. Number two, Oregon. Three, Georgia. Four, Miami, I guess, because they undefeated. And five, Texas. That'll be my top five of this week.
Mm.
Yeah, I go Ohio State 1. I agree with you there. I have Georgia 2, Oregon 3, Texas, Miami. Because like
Fair
Miami's
enough.
undefeated, but like they haven't like
They was supposed to lose to Cal. They was supposed to
yeah,
lose to Virginia
yeah,
Tech.
like they're
But
undefeated, but not commandingly. Like
yeah,
there's a scenario in which that team's actually like 6-3 right now.
yeah.
So they've gotten lucky and bailed out a couple times.
Yeah, that's a fact.
How about you? What's your top five?
Mine's gonna have to be. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go Oregon, Ohio State. I'm not gonna lie. I'm playing Miami at 3, then Georgia, then Texas. But that's just off the fact that they undefeated right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now let's get into some pro ball. You said there was a subject you wanted to talk about, Pablo. Talk to us. Talk to the world. What's on your
Like,
mind?
the game as a whole, man, like just the way that we talk about the game, we watch the game, commentators announce the game, just the way that we approach the game of football is just so like I feel like they're trying to sell the entertainment side of it too far, man. Like it's becoming more of a it's becoming, in my opinion, more of a like spectacle than a sport, right? Like it just there's so many things about the league that doesn't make sense as far as like calls that get made and decisions that get made and and stuff like that. And I know we've talked about penalties before, and penalties will always be a big one for me. I don't understand why penalties get called at one time. They don't get, there should be no such thing as a questionable penalty in professional sports on any level. Professional sports, there should never be a questionable penalty. The rules should not be up for like, like a referee shouldn't go in and be able to, it's not like when you have a cop, right? Like a cop pulls you over and he can be like, oh, well, I think it's this, but the court says it's this. Like the rules are the rules. There should be no interpretation of what the rules are, right? Like there shouldn't, pass interference is pass interference. Roughing the passer is roughing the passer. Holding is holding. There shouldn't be sometimes it's holding or sometimes it's not holding. Oh, it's not pass interference because he stepped on his left foot instead of his right foot. Like that kind of shit just bothers the hell out of me, and it's taking away from the game that I love so much. And I hate it. I don't know how to fix it. I don't have a solution for it. I'm still going to continue to watch it because, like I said, it's the sport that I love. But it's just, I'm so tired of seeing games that have 17, 18, 19 penalties in it for
I
no reason.
agree. I agree.
Why are we calling holding on a play that was He threw the ball and it was incomplete by a mile, and we're going to call a 10-yard holding penalty on the offense. But then
Here's
the next
here's
play, he throws a 45-yard bomb, and it's holding offense. You go and look at the clip, and you're like, I don't see a hold there. Why are penalties not reviewable? If New York has the final say in everything, every single time a referee throws a flag on the field, New York should have to look at it.
here's my problem with the league.
The rules should not be up for, like, the rules are the rules that the NFL sets. They should not be up for discretion.
Here's my problem with the league, and it happens 85% of the time. Every time there's a 85% of the time there's a good run, more than 15 yards, there's a hold. Why? Why? Like, and it's
And
not
like,
just
this is
for
something
my
that, like,
team. This is
we've,
just worldwide. Every time I see a good run, I be like, oh, just because I already know it's gonna be called. Like,
and
this
like,
shit is
we've talked about this on the
ridiculous.
podcast before. How come there should never be a scenario in which you watch, let's say you're watching, well, we can't use this game as an example because it's the team in question. But let's say you're watching the Commanders Bears, right? You're watching that game and you see Jaden Daniels roll out left and get hit, right? He gets hit super hard. The league has created this whole culture and scenario in which you watch something happen and you go, if that was Pat Mahomes, that would have been a penalty. If Patrick Mahomes threw that, if that guy was a Chief, that would have been pass interference. That kind of culture shouldn't exist. Like the NFL, obviously we know that this is the Tom Brady thing, right? Like Tom Brady's the one who really started that whole thing. But like you should never watch a game and be like, oh, if that was the Chiefs though, they would have gotten the call.
Hmm.
That's ridiculous to me.
But you want to know why it's like that? Because now there's this big ass mantra about the NFL being rigged. So that's why, that's where if it's Patrick Mahomes or if it's Peyton Manning or if it's Tom Brady,
See, my thing is,
they'll get the
I have too
calls.
much respect for the game and the people that play the game. All those athletes that go out there and put their body on the line every day, I have too much respect for them to say that the game is
Hmm.
rigged. Do I think that there are certain things that they let go to boost views and things like that? Absolutely. Every sport does that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that the game is rigged.
I will
You
fight
gotta
the
think
fucking
about it.
world till I die to say the league
They
ain't
don't even
rigged. I
have
just
no.
can't. I
You don't even
refuse.
have rigging the game. Don't even have to have nothing to do with the players, bro. Look at what you just said about all the flags and whatnot, and all these unnecessary as extra rules that they be letting these teams do. Like, there's no. That shit is literally right there in our face, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm
They
saying. Like,
just
I do
all
think
they
that
do.
there are things that I do think the NFL influences certain things to try to get a better outcome that creates better views.
All right,
But
I got a
I'm not going to
question for
sit,
you,
I can't
Brad.
sit there and be like, at the beginning of the year, there's a script that comes out and this is exactly how it's going to happen. I refuse to believe that. I have too much respect for the players in the sport to believe that
Let me
that's
I
how
ask
it
ain't
you
gonna,
is.
guys a
no.
question.
I ain't gonna say the
Let
script,
let
but
me ask y'all let me ask y'all a question real quick, right? Is there a difference between rigged and corrupt?
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Because rigged means that the outcome is already determined. Corrupt means that it can be swayed throughout. Like rigged means that before the game, like rigged is the WWE. You know who's going to win that match. They know who's going to win that match before the match even starts.
The
Now, it's
Bucks
not
took the
technically rigged
lead.
because it's by design, right? Like
Hmm.
that's the premise of the thing. But I'm saying like as far as like knowing the outcome before it even starts, that is rigged. But I just think that there are certain things that the NFL and officials are like, call
Like,
it, don't call it. Like
people
penalties
me
shouldn't
are
be situation based, right? Like if you're a wide receiver and you're running down the sideline and you're hand fighting with the DB and your feet get tangled up in the first quarter and there's no flag thrown, then there shouldn't be a flag that gets thrown on the exact same play in the fourth quarter. That's my
yeah.
problem in the game. Like if you call it, then call it every time. If you don't call it, then don't call it. Right? There shouldn't be situational. How many times in our lifetime have you watched a game at the end of the fourth quarter, a certain team is down by one possession and there's 13 seconds, no timeouts, and all of a sudden there's a defensive pass interference on
But
a play that
you
you've
wanna
seen all
know
game where
why
it
it's
didn't
like
get
that
called.
though, bro? Think about it, right? We are intelligent here. You wanna know why it's like that? It's because what changed these rules is what? Safety of the game. That's why they making all these stupid ass calls. It's before the
I forgot
safety.
what
It's
game
a
was it? Was
friendly
it
game.
the Buffalo game last week? There was one game where Chris Collinsworth even said, he goes, they were like, oh, it was because the defender ran on the outside of the receiver, so it's not offensive pass interference. And Collinsworth even said, he goes, okay, my entire career, all the football, the games I've covered, the games I've played, all I know about football makes me believe that that's a penalty. If you're gonna let it slide in this one game, you're gonna see that play design over and over and over again. And the first team that gets flagged for it is gonna lose their shit.
And it's crazy because if you hear all the older commentators and all the older players and coaches and whatnot that be calling the games, they be saying it during the game like, that's not no penalty. I don't know why they called that. They gotta start letting them play, man. Like all these unnecessary rules.
Play,
Holding, that's my favorite
blame,
one. And they're like, I didn't really see a hold there. Or like, it's not much of a hold. And like, the other thing is like,
I wouldn't have called
penalties
that
have to
one.
be impactful. Why are we calling holding penalties on a right guard or a right tackle for holding the defensive end when it was a pitch to the left side? If the penalty doesn't affect the play, it's not a penalty. It's not like pass interference. It's not pass interference if what? If it's not a catchable ball. The ref shouldn't be able to decide if it's a catchable ball or not. That should be a standard of the sport. One ref says
listen.
it's catchable, one ref says it's not catchable. That is not how it should be.
The integrity of the game is gone. Is and that's just the reality of it. We will never ever be able to enjoy football how we used to when it was less than 10 penalties because you can rip somebody's head off.
I'm telling you right now, if there's
Right
one if
before
there's
draft
one
day,
rule,
FanDuel.
one penalty, one rule that I can eliminate from the NFL right now, it would be offensive pass interference. I will never understand why offensive pass interference is a penalty. You are on offense. You're not
You an
interfering
offensive
with the
guy?
pass.
If I could take one rule, it's that late hit to the QB shit. I want that shit out of here. Because
The two-step rule.
I can't stop my momentum. I'm
Well, so that's so
I'm
on
275, all
the
muscle.
two the two-step rule, I agree with I like you can't drive them into the ground, right? Like I agree with that. But if you take two steps and just bump the quarterback a little bit, it's roughing the passer. That I don't agree with. But I don't think that like you have to try to not hit them, right? We know you can't
No
stop on a dime, right? Like that's just not a thing, right?
fucking
Especially you get guys like Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons coming off the edge at 500 miles an hour. They're not going to be able to stop in two steps and not make contact. But I agree with the not being able to drive them into the ground.
I'll even take it a step forward. The late hits, like the egregious ones, get them the fuck out of here. But the ones when somebody is, when we all play football, what was the first rule? Run into the tackle, run
Yeah.
through the tackle, run
Yep.
through the tackle, kill the carrier. That's what we was taught. But now you're telling us we can't do what we was taught for 20 years of our life.
If I could
Like,
add a rule, it would be that Patrick Mahomes shit. If you pretend to run to the sideline, you shouldn't be able I know we talked about it in the group chat, but Mahomes doing that whole fake running out of bounds thing, that is going to get somebody seriously hurt because defenders aren't going to pull off anymore.
hmm
So you're gonna
and
get
it
a time
should
where he
be.
actually goes to run out of bounds and he's gonna get lit the fuck up.
And that's how it should be. But unfortunately, whoever does that gonna get fined because the integrity of the game is gone. They want a padded flag football game. That's essentially what these dudes want because they don't lost billions of dollars off of CTE lawsuits
Which I think is ridiculous. I don't think that those should be a thing.
because these players signed the contracts at the end of the day. So how they're allowed to sue the NFL, I don't know. They signed contracts for this shit.
Well,
They knew what
honestly,
they
my,
was
my
getting
thing with the whole
into.
CTE lawsuits is is that if players are allowed to go back and sue the NFL over CTE, what about college players? What about people that suffered major injuries in high school and were never even able to play professional ball because they suffered a massive injury in Little League football?
Hmm.
I broke my neck playing Little League football. I was in a neck brace for all of my sixth grade year. Does that mean that I can sue the town of Vernon because I hurt myself playing a contact sport? Injuries are part of the game. People get injured just walking out of their houses
Bro,
every day.
first of all, you signed, bro. First of all, you do you not read that contract when you first sign up for that sport, bro? That should tell you everything about that shit. Like it warns you of all the possibilities and outcomes of what could happen when you get on this field, bro.
You should know all of that already going into the game. None of that should be a fucking surprise to you. No professional football player in the NFL should be like, oh, I didn't know that I could suffer brain damage from this. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Come on
Like
now,
that is completely asinine to me. That will never make any sense to me.
And because of that, this is the product that we get. That's why I try not to complain too much. If it's 20 penalties in the game, I kind of deal with it because it's just the game that we live now. It's soft as fuck. All the I, I'm on record as saying this. I'm not going to give a percentage, but a high percentage of today's players can't play 20, 30 years ago. They wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to.
Mm-mm.
They
Well,
wouldn't
that's my
play.
Brady argument. That's my Brady argument through and through. There is no way in hell that you can tell me that Tom Brady, if Tom Brady was drafted to the San Francisco 49ers in 1980 or 1979, okay, you cannot tell me that Tom Brady with his build and his frame would have been able to survive in the league that Joe Montana did.
And that's why
Versus
Joe
if you
Joe
took Joe
Montana,
Montana
to
and
me,
you drafted him to the New England Patriots in 2000, and Joe Montana plays in the league that we have now, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, John Elway. Dan Marino in today's league would throw for 13,000 yards a season.
and that's why me personally, I got Joe Montana at number one and Dan Marino at number two. That's just personally. That's just me personally. Like
And
this
and and
league,
I'll take it a little step further. It's the same way I feel about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Like there is a difference between like LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. He's the
LeBron
best.
James.
Yeah, LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. As far as the ability to play the sport, longevity, IQ, everything involved in the sport, LeBron James is the best basketball player to ever play the game. Michael Jordan is the greatest. There is a difference between best and greatest.
Fact.
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is the greatest of all time, but he is not the best person to ever play quarterback. That is Joe Montana. Joe
I
Montana is the best quarterback
I
we have
I
ever
I,
seen
I
in the NFL.
disagree. I disagree with the LeBron take just for the simple fact of this. Longevity, whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. I get that he played 21 straight years, but people gotta understand that if LeBron was playing in the 80s, he would have went to college because that was the rules back then. You had to go to college. You had to go to college for 3 years. Coming out of only two people came out of straight out of high school at that time. That was Moses Malone and I forgot the other and I forget the other one. There's only two people who came straight out of high school in those days. So if LeBron played back in those days, he's going to college. He's going to college.
And he'd have probably played football instead.
LeBron got, and
Well,
I
that's
guess
that's the
people
thing
could.
about LeBron. If LeBron would have gone to college, he would have played football.
And and people forget Jordan's second year, sat out his whole year. He fucked his ankle up. And people could be like, "Oh, you can't count when he went to baseball because that was his choice." Blah 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 blah. Okay, but we cannot accept. We cannot hide the fact that Jordan, he left the league even though he missed out on 3 years of college, 2 years in between championships, and what, 99, wait, 4 years before he went to Washington? You do the math. That's what, 6, 7 years he didn't play basketball towards LeBron. Now, let's say hypothetically, Michael Jordan played basketball from 1983 into 2000 and 3, 20 years. That scoring record everybody holds so covetedly will be unbreakable. It will be equivalent to Emmitt Smith's rushing record, equivalent to Pete Rose's record. Unbreakable. Nobody wouldn't have touched Jordan's record if he played 20 years like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like a LeBron James. And that's just
Yeah,
the
no,
facts.
exactly. Yeah, like
Jordan averaged some crazy. I think they says Jordan averaged like 30 something points for his career. So that's why I say I kind of disagree. When it comes to athletically wise, yeah, LeBron is way more
no,
athletically
no, no. Oh, wait, hold
gifted
on.
than
I just
Jordan.
realized what I said. So the same way I feel about Brady and Montana is how I feel about Jordan and LeBron. So like LeBron and Tom Brady are the greatest of all time, but they are not the best.
But
They have all the accolades.
I don't think LeBron is the greatest though.
He is. He's just not the best.
I think this shit is to me. I think it's saturated. I think saturated stats mean something to me personally. Saturated
Basketball is
stats
hard
mean
because
something to me.
basketball stats can be like football stats. You got to earn every single one, right? Every single stat that you have in football has to be earned. Basketball, little, little different. Actually, no, that's
No,
not even true. Because in football, think about Dan Marino. Okay, look at Dan Marino and Brett Favre. Okay, look at all their passing yards. How many of those came in garbage time? We talk about that with Dak all the time, right? They're like, "Oh, Dak threw for 300 yards." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, he threw for 300 yards. Yeah, that's great." 210 of them came while they were down 28 points.
my thing is this, right? What makes Tom Brady the GOAT? Because he got 7 rings? That's what makes him the GOAT?
No, it's because what
What
he had
makes
to
Tom
do.
Brady
It's
the
'cause of
GOAT?
what he did to
I
get
mean,
there.
most passing,
You gotta
most
think about it
completions, most
though.
yards, most touchdowns,
Literally.
most rings.
And then it's
How
like you
many
gotta think
how
about
many
it.
seasons did he play?
He played what 20,
23.
20 oh
Okay, now let's say if Brett Favre played 23 seasons, how many yards is he getting?
Fuck, 100,000.
Telling you, the stats is saturated. So it's like it's all preference. Whoever your greatest is your greatest.
No,
It's
but
a
but
preference
you also have
thing,
to
man.
take the level of the game into account though. Like the game that Joe Montana played is not the game that Tom Brady played, and you can't discredit what Tom Brady did in his league versus what
I'm
Joe
not
Montana did in his
discrediting.
league.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, hypothetically, if them players played as many seasons as Tom Brady, what are we talking about?
This is why this
Ain't
is why
Brett
like
Favre played
the
like
What
quarterback
are we
discussion
talking
gets
about?
you heard?
super weird. So let's talk about wide receivers. Okay,
And
who's
that,
the
no,
greatest wide receiver of
but
all time?
before you say your point, I got another question, right? If Barry Sanders never retired, what's that record looking like?
Emmett's record?
It was Walters at the moment. What's that rushing record looking like if Barry never retired?
I don't think you would have touched it still.
I don't know. You got to think about it. He's like 3,000. He's like I think like 6,000 off or some shit like that. He
Yeah.
would have broken.
The great thing is Brett Favre played for 20 seasons. He was just ass in like the last 5, 6 seasons.
But did he? I feel like the first like 3 seasons, my boy didn't even play.
Oh, bro, Barry Sanders was 1,500 yards away from Walter Payton.
Yeah, he would have got that shit.
Yeah, and
He
he
would
played
have.
for three less years.
Hmm.
Yeah, he'd have ate that
He
easily.
just he left the game. He almost ran for 2,000 yards and left the game.
But he's 3,100 yards away from Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, but Emmett played more seasons. Do it. So,
Emmitt played one more season.
one more season, fair enough.
You're not running for 3,000 in one season. Probably he played two more seasons.
Yeah.
It's
And
possible.
Emmett would have probably had the month,
I
or he
only
would
said
have
one
had to
more
play
season
another
because I
season
really
too.
don't count that last year in Arizona.
Yeah. So, my point is, all them stats, it all evens out, man. And that being said, it's all your opinion. And that's not discrediting Brady. That's not you feel me? I don't know. It's to me personally, the GOAT shit is about impact of the game.
So, all right,
There's
let me
no,
just for Emmett Smith's record right now, just for some perspective, okay? So, Derrick Henry has played. He is in his 8th season. Okay, Emmett Smith played for 14 years. So he's got 6 years on Derrick Henry career wise. Okay, Derrick Henry is 27th all time in rushing yards with 10,500. Okay, in his he needs another 8,000 yards to beat Emmett's record. So even if he hits 1,000 a season, he's got to play for 8 more seasons, bringing his total to 16 years in the league, which is 2 more years than what Emmett played.
that's why I deem that Russian record
Nobody will ever
unbeatable.
break that record.
That shit is unbeatable, man.
And Derrick Henry, he's the only active player that's even like in the conversation. Ezekiel Elliott is number 40 overall in rushing with 9,000 yards. Those are the only two active players in the top 50.
Damn. I was about to
And
say
Mark
no
Ingram is number
CMC.
50.
That's crazy. I was about to say no Saquon and CMC, but half their career they've been hurt.
Mm,
DeMarco Murray's number 65. Joe Mixon's number 67.
Where LaShawn McCoy at on that list? Well, he probably got mad receiving yards too.
nah, he probably top 24, probably top 30, probably.
LaShawn McCoy,
Yeah,
he's number 22. Right
yeah.
behind OJ.
Let's get into these recaps.
Oh, yeah, we're
Um,
running
th-
out of time, too.
yeah, 30. Oh, Thursday night game. That was a decent game. Um, Garrett Wilson fucking probably had catch of the year, which even though Rodney, you don't feel as if it is, because I don't know, you just got signed against the Jets, I guess. That was a
Nah,
catch, my boy.
Yeah, that's a catch, dude.
sense to me
All
how
day.
they just got all these different type of rules
Look
about
at
what
the
a
rule
touchdown
book.
That's been a
It's
rule
been
since
like that
day
for like
one.
15
Cole Beasley
years,
made a
man.
career off of shin catches.
bro.
As a kid, man. Wish y'all perspective on that
But
game,
Jalen
man.
Pope getting to his double toe tap didn't count as a touchdown. That's crazy.
Same
Houston
foot.
should, in my opinion, Houston
It
should
ain't
be
college,
alright.
bro.
They
1 foot, it's college.
He
they
got
got
both feet out.
Nico
He up
Collins
both
is coming
toes.
back next week. Houston should be alright.
Yeah, they need that.
It's looking rough in Houston right now, man. But Joe Mixon, he a dog.
But
Um,
And we get robbed of the Diggs versus Diggs again. Last year when we played Buffalo, our Diggs was out, and now this year Stefan's going to be out.
yeah. Yeah, Trey should the way he playing, he should sit too, god damn it. Um, the fucking, my boy Bryce came up with a dub yesterday, 23-22.
Nah, he can come
Um,
up with a dub, man. The Saints just fucking suck.
hey, it say Panthers won, so and he was the starting QB. My boy got a dub. Oh,
Saquon had the highlight of the
the
game right
Commanders
there.
beat the Giants. They only beat them by 5, 27-22. Um, Commanders they're a weird team to me. Like they're dominant, but they're not dominant. If my team was healthy, I'll feel confident against the Commanders. I wouldn't lie, but I don't want to play them motherfuckers now.
I
Um,
just don't want to play Jaden Daniels.
yeah, in games, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
Um,
man. We all know how I feel about that team, but I really am not looking forward to this week's game against Philadelphia.
yeah, me neither. Yeah, me neither.
Saquon about to eat.
Um, Nah, if Mike can come back, he gonna shut that shit down,
He
so
gonna hit Michael with that backwards hurdle. Fuck you talking about?
Michael fucking
Mike gonna
Batista
go.
bomb him.
Yeah, Mike ain't gonna clear his ass. Rodney team, Buffalo Bills beat the Dolphins 30-27. That was a good game. Last minute field goal. Um,
Wasn't it like a 61 yarder or something too?
yeah, yep, it was a deep one. It was at the logo. What's your opinions on that game? That was one of the good games from yesterday.
Yeah,
Your boy Josh Allen starting
man.
to look like Josh Allen again.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
he started that shit off mad slow.
I mean, obviously they get Cooper for one game and he's out again. So
Tampa Bay
The
about to
cold
beat them,
weather.
bro.
Um, your boy Justin Herbert get the win yesterday, 27-10. Hey man, Quentin Johnson starting to look like he's starting to look like a body out there a little bit.
dude, honestly, and I know we've said this quite a few weeks, and I'll continue to do it. I got to tip my hat to J.K. Dobbins, man.
Yeah,
The
J.K. Dobbins
injuries that
balling.
that guy has gone through, and like the way that his career path has gone, through Baltimore and everything else, absolute stud at Ohio State. For him to the career, like the year that he's having is just he is holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
620 yards. He's an 11th for yards, seventh for touchdowns, averaging 4.9 a carry. He is. They made the correct move by by moving on from Eckler. But I did not
Yeah.
expect Dobbins to have this kind of year. He's playing phenomenal ball.
But,
Next game, Rodney old team loses
bruh,
20-17. Talk to
fucking
the world.
crazy.
How you feeling about that Patriots game yesterday?
Man, I said the Giants. The Patriots is butt.
I thought Drake May was him though.
Yeah. But he did some bullshit at the end of the game, though.
Yeah, that last throw was some
That was
bullshit.
terrible. But what he
Tony
did,
Pollard out there pairing you guys up.
Drake May is the dog, man. I can't wait to see how he play when we actually get some help around him. Like, our receiver core is, it's
Don't
decent.
say it.
It's decent. It's manageable. Our O line is just trash, bro.
You tanking for the rest of the season?
Might as well. It don't even be no point to try. There ain't even no point in trying.
Then you got
We gonna win 8 in a row.
then you got next game. You got our team, unfortunately, loses the game 27-21, but that score is not indicative to how the game was, because that game was slow and garbage, and it was just ass from start to finish. Um,
There was one
I'm
good thing that did come from that game though.
was that
Dak broke his streak of consecutive interceptions thrown.
yeah, and we got 2 sacks and a turnover.
I couldn't believe it, dude. When I saw that strip sack, I was like, I know. I'm like, they must be showing highlights of last year because I know my team ain't do that.
What's your review on that game? My review is I'm exhausted. That's all I gotta say. I'm exhausted of watching them boys. Like, I'm exhausted.
The only thing I'm going to say is that Lawson can stay on the team.
Yeah.
He earned his spot.
Malik Hooker he figured out how to tackle against somehow. That was good to see. Overshown being overshown. Diggs gave up 3 touchdowns. Uh, Donovan Wilson still can't cover for shit.
So I have one thing about the Trayvon Diggs thing. Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer, the Mikes of fuckery over here. Trayvon Diggs, like I don't care what the situation of the game is, a timeout Trayvon Diggs should not have been on the field for that play. Like you could see in his face, Diggs was fucking hurting.
Hmm.
And then and not only do you see him slowly get up, limp around the field, and then you don't call a timeout, and you call a one-on-one coverage.
He didn't. He wasn't. He was confused. He didn't even know who he needed to guard on that play.
He thought he was going to the sideline. He probably didn't even get the play call. He thought he was coming to
Hmm.
the sideline. He was hurt, dude. He was super fucking hurt. Diggs should not have been out there.
Carson, we were talking all that praise about Carson, Kalen Carson. Trash. Come, yeah, hey, Deron Bland, we need you desperately, bro. Like, we need something.
Bland gonna get a pick six on his first target on
Like, if
Sunday.
we can't stop the run, at least let's try to stop the pass. 'Cause my
They
boy,
did they did all right stopping the run for a while, man. But
yeah, but B-John just B-John.
well, the secondary started getting torched, so they had to pull
Fucking,
up.
is this his stretch? But is my boy the best defender on that team right now without no Michael Parsons? My boy,
What's up?
is my boy number two the best defensive player we got right now?
Outside of number 11, yeah.
That boy is a dog. He makes every fucking tackle. Um, man, I know I've been shit talking Dak, but I hope you get well. CD, hope you get well.
Did you
One thing
guys watch
before,
that video I put in the group chat of his hamstring?
yeah, I did. That shit looks.
Gnarly.
I didn't even watch it live because I turned the game on. But one thing I do want to talk about before we move on. What is your perspective on this the Zeke Elliott shit? Like, what's your perspective on that? As a
I think
huge
I
Zeke
think with
fan.
all I think with the team playing the way that they have, they're averaging like 1.8 yards a carry. They have the worst running attack we've ever seen in the NFL. With the way that everything has been going for that team, I think if Jerry Jones wants to set an example and Stephen Jones and Mike McCarthy and they want to set the record straight for everybody, I say you cut Zeke. I say
Yeah.
you cut him right now.
And that means a lot coming from you, honestly.
Oh no, absolutely. I even with Zeke's, even with like the no production. I mean, I have always said I don't care if he doesn't touch the ball. I always want to see Ezekiel Elliott in a Dallas Cowboy jersey. He has been my guy since 2016. Him and Dak both coming in on their rookie year. I have nothing but love for the guy. One of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen from a running back. I love the guy, but not showing up to meetings, stuff like that. Like he's
Sleeping
already
in
gone out
meetings,
publicly and
all
said
type of
like,
shit.
yeah,
Unprofessional.
like we've been covering and talking about and playing this game for so long. What's the one thing you can't allow to happen as a head coach? You can't lose the locker room. And
Hmm.
by letting Zeke, it doesn't matter that he doesn't travel with the team. He's inactive for the game. That's not enough. Mike McCarthy has to lay down the law and be like, listen, you fuck around, find out. All right, like he's got to be. They got to cut Zeke. And honestly, as much as it sucks to say it, Zeke's career is done.
Yeah, this shit's done. It's been
He's
washed.
not going anywhere else.
It's done. He need to retire. Um, do he go into the Hall of Honor?
The Ring of Honor, yeah.
Yep. Okay, next game. Since he beat the Raiders, I didn't watch none of that game, so I don't know what the fuck went on there.
Joe Burrow throw 5 touchdowns.
Lamar Jackson did his thing against Denver. By the way,
Hold on, real quick on that game. Is it safe to say? I know Mahomes and everything else. Is it safe to say that Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in the league right now?
no,
Um,
no.
If he's not one, then he's two.
The shit that I seen, he had the same exact stats as Russell Wilson in the last two seasons. Nah, I'm not sold on Lamar. Lamar is a
I mean, because
product
like
of
right
Derrick
now, dude,
Henry.
we're borderline looking at MV3.
I don't know.
you talking about Derrick Henry, bro? He's doing a lot outside of Derrick Henry, though.
Derrick Henry is first in every fucking statistical
No, but what
shit
I'm saying
when
is
it
like
comes to
this is the
rushing.
first time we've actually like obviously we know how Baltimore used they move the ball around, they like Lamar to run, they're a speed based team, this, that, the other thing. But because of Derrick Henry's ability to run the ball and what he's been doing, this Sunday you actually got to see Lamar Jackson drop back and play quarterback.
I hate to say this, I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, and I hate to
Oh,
say
you're
it.
smoking that good
That
shit,
shit,
bro. I need to talk to your guy.
that shit hurts my soul. Arizona Cardinals fucking obliterates the fucking Chicago Bears 29-9. Chicago, that was the worst shit ever last week was that Hail Mary. Like that shit was terrible. You don't lose like that.
Oh yeah, no, they lost all momentum with that. They're dead in the water now.
The Eagles should have lost another game against fucking Jacksonville, but it is what it is. I gotta give them they find ways to win.
No,
Saquon
no, no, no,
Barkley
no, no. I
probably
give
made
Saquon all
the
the flowers, and the rest of the team sucks.
Saquon probably made arguably the fucking greatest fucking hurdle move you will ever see in football history.
Honestly,
Never
dude,
in my life have I seen
If
some shit
Philly
like that.
wins, if Philly wins the division and makes the playoffs, you could really honestly make an argument that Saquon could be MVP.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Rams beat the Seahawks in a thriller overtime game. That game was a slugfest, really. Both teams
But
was making mistakes. I got a question for y'all guys. Do you think it's almost time for Sam Howell to go out there?
yeah,
Yeah, I think they need to. I think Gino's still going to be their guy. I still have faith in him. I do like a lot of what I've seen from him, but they've got to let Gino pull it back together because these last couple games Gino has not. He's looked like Gino on the Jets,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, Sam Howell led the league in passing yards for half the season last year without a win. So, like, I think you got to find something because that offense looks so flat and they have so many weapons. I mean, you got Walker, you've got DK, you've got Smith and Jigba, you've got Lockett. Like you're talking about a team that Tyler Lockett's a wide receiver 3. Like, you've got
Mm-hmm.
fucking weapons everywhere. You should not be being as flat as they have been. Rams are a good team. I'll give it to them. Matt Stafford's doing his thing. Kyron Williams is doing his thing. But yeah, I think Seattle's got to they got to gut them. They got to make a change.
Best team. Next game, the best team in the league. Detroit beats Green Bay 24-14. Jordan, my take on that, Jordan Love is trash, and Josh Jacobs might be the second or third best running back in the league right now, behind Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon. Oh, you got to throw Saquon in there, so he top four, top five in there. Josh
He's top 5.
Jacobs,
Don't forget about Aaron Jones, man. You can't forget about Aaron
yeah,
Jones.
yeah. Josh Jacobs single-handedly kept them in the game until it got out of control. But Jordan Love, he gotta go. He's trash. Um, and the Buccaneers is about to score on Pacey again, but you know how those shit, they always find a way to win. Now, next week's lineup, Bengals versus Ravens. Who y'all got?
Ravens.
Thursday night.
yeah.
I'm a
Speaking of Ravens,
funky shit happen on Thursday night, so I'm gonna go Bengals.
It's
The
fair.
Panthers and Giants, 9 o'clock game Sunday.
I'll go to the
Panthers. I got Panthers winning, and Brian Dable
Yes,
is going to get fired.
I
yeah,
got the
Panthers.
Giants with the shutout.
Chicago versus Patriots. Who y'all got?
Got the Patriots.
I got Patriots.
It's like, no, I'm capping. I got
Mm,
Chicago.
No,
I'm gonna go
I'm still taking New
Chicago.
England.
49ers versus the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks.
49ers.
I'm gonna go PMC playing this week.
Yep.
I got Niners. Denver versus the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Patrick Surtain always picks off Patty Mahomes, so I'm gonna go Denver. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, but
Denver about
KC's
to
got
lose to
4 extra
Tampa
players
Bay.
on the
They ain't
field
about to
wearing
lose.
stripes, so I'm gonna have to go
Mm,
KC.
KC about to lose to Tampa Bay. They ain't gonna lose 2 in a row.
yeah. The Colts versus the Bills.
I'll take the Bills.
Let's get the Bills.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh versus the Commanders. That's a
Mm,
good
I
game,
actually
man.
I have Pittsburgh taking that, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh just for division purposes.
I'll take Washington just to be. I mean,
Minnesota versus the Jags. I'm pretty sure we all gonna make a Vikings on that one.
Taking Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence could throw for 500.
Oh shit, that's your
Aaron
hot
Donald
take.
going for 6.
Fucking the Falcons versus the Saints. I'm going for the Saints because fuck the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons.
Nah, I as much as I hate them right now, I got to go with Atlanta.
Tennessee versus the Chargers. That is a shitty ass game
I'm feeling.
Chargers.
for sure. The Jets and the Cardinals. That's an interesting game.
I'll take the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I actually I made a I made a deal with myself, because of how, when I was looking at the games
Patty
earlier
Mahomes
today.
injured.
This game, this Arizona Jets game, this is going to be the game that Kyler Murray changes my opinion on him.
For the good?
Yeah, this is going to be the game where Kyler Murray he convinces me that he's the real deal.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Nah,
Cowboys
we
versus
not for that
Eagles. I'm
long.
going Cowboys because I got
Yep,
to.
Dallas.
I got to.
Ooh, he threw the ball after the line of scrimmage. They gotta throw that flag.
Ooh, Joe Mahomes might be done.
Yeah. Who you got, Rod? Eagles, Cowboys.
I'm taking Philly.
Okay,
Saquon
okay.
going for 200
Oh,
yards.
this is a good one. Detroit versus Houston. Sunday night football.
Detroit.
I got Houston.
Oh, I got Houston. And for Monday night, we got Miami versus LA Rams.
Rams. Yeah, Rams.
All right, all right, y'all power rankings, top worst teams right now.
Worst teams?
Yep. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst.
Number one, Patriots. Number two, Saints. Number three, Browns. Number four,
Gotta
and
throw the Jags in there.
nah,
You gotta throw Cowboys in there.
I mean,
Gotta
that's
throw the Colts in there.
I was going to say mine's New England,
the Colts.
Indy, New Orleans, Jacksonville, and Tennessee.
I was gonna say the Colts and then the Jaguars, but
Mine's worst is the Patriots. Second, Browns. Third, Cowboys. 4. Nah, like 3 Saints, 4 Cowboys, 5, fucking the Bears. All right, top 5 best teams right now. 5 being the weakest, 1 being the best.
One Ravens, two Washington, three San Fran, four. Oh shit, my bad. Fuck. One Baltimore, two Detroit, three San Fran, four Philadelphia. As much as I fucking hate them. And five I have the Rams.
That's interesting.
I ain't even gonna lie. I got two NFC East teams in my top five right now. But number one, I'm taking Detroit. Number two, I'm taking Baltimore. Number three, I'm taking Washington. Number four, I'm taking Philly. Number five, I'm taking Buffalo.
5, five. I'm gonna go. Uh, no, I'm
Hurry
gonna do
up.
what y'all do. 1 Detroit, two Baltimore, 3 Buffalo, 4 Commanders, 5. 5. Fuck it, I agree with y'all Eagles.
It's crazy that we didn't list the one undefeated team for all three of us. We didn't put Kansas City
I
on
haven't
top of that.
listed KC in a minute because they just not a good team to me.
Bro,
Well, they got Carson
they
Wentz out at quarterback right now, so they officially dead in the water.
Yeah.
told y'all they about to lose to Tampa Bay.
Yo, watch Carson Wentz come out and fucking just cakewalk this shit.
My hot take for next week is that Cooper Rush is about to throw for 300 yards.
That's your hot take?
That's my hot take.
He about to throw for 300 yards against who? To who?
Really?
He's gonna get the 300 yards in defense.
Philly defense trash. Cooper Rush throwing for 300 yards. Fuck it. I'm booking it. Money line.
He gonna throw for 144 yards, one touchdown and three picks.
And put up 40 points.
Oh no! You better hope Jalen
What's
Hurts
y'all,
he
what's
picks
y'all
six.
hot take before we get out of here?
Man,
Well, my hot take is the Kyler Murray thing. My hot take is Kyler
Okay,
Murray's
yeah,
gonna have
okay.
a career day.
um, all I
Ronnie
know,
hot take is that the Patriots is about to win.
My hot take is that the Patriots about to make a phenomenal trade at the trade deadline.
Well, one of our teams got to, because I'm not sure Jerry Jones going to, man.
I told you, man, I got that $50 bet that Dallas gonna make a trade.
I better see, if I see a trade, that shit better see Jeffrey Simmons, man.
Well,
That's all I
I
want to
would see
I
see.
got until 4 o'clock tomorrow to win my $50.
or Sebastian Joseph Day.
Justin Simmons, man. That's all I care for. Or give me fucking Justin Fields.
Fuck it. I don't even want a
And
And
quarterback.
they better than.
I get out of work at like 7 o'clock on Monday. So do you guys want to do Monday nights? Lock it in.
Yeah, Monday night, lock it in.
Okay. So we'll do
Bad.
Monday nights. Lock it in.
All right, bet.
Bad.
All right.
All right, fellas.
All right. Have a good night, gentlemen.
All right now.
Yeah.